basically. So let me just share my screen. Let me know if you can see.
Yeah, I can see from my end.
Okay. So just a little bit about myself. So I started using Microsoft Dynamics not long ago, but the applications that my organization uses actually has led me to look deeper into the Microsoft Dynamics solution. I work for MSI as a senior applications manager, managing our frontline applications across the countries that we work in. MSI is an international NGO, mainly on reproductive health, and I have a team of about 6, 7 in about 3 or 4 country programs. So our agenda for today is to look at Microsoft Dynamics 365, the CRM and then Sales. I'll give a live demo of our Dynamics instances and how we use them. And then I'll talk a little bit more about the gaps I have identified within our market. This is really passionate for me because it was a little bit difficult for me to recruit somebody to join my team who has some level of expertise, whether entry level, intermediate, or advanced. And so I really wanted to talk to this one, and I want everybody who is on the call to grab, the opportunity that it brings. And then the last bit is to talk about areas where I think we can specialize within Dynamics 365. And then if there are any questions, I will look at them. So Dynamics 365 is a portfolio of intelligent business applications that delivers superior operational efficiency and breakthrough for customer experiences, enabling businesses to become more agile and reduce complexities without increasing costs. And it's a Microsoft product, and normally it's offered as a cloud service, but also can be deployed on premises. Basically, it's an application that truly reduces that complexity that comes with having your own on-prem systems. You need to worry about power, you need to worry about upgrades, what have you. Microsoft takes all that pain and then puts everything into Dynamics 365 cloud-based, and it will reduce your cost because then you don't have to think about power, you don't have to think about upgrades, security. All this is handled within the Microsoft cloud. There are a lot of applications that form Dynamics 365. If you look at the image on the right, you have Dynamics marketing, you have supply chain management, you have project operation, you have commerce, you have sales, you have human resources, Business Central, which Jeremy took us through last time, and then you have the core customer engagement apps for customer service, and then you have field service. Sometimes you hear Microsoft Dynamics ERP. It's just a combination of supply chain, finance, and maybe HR. But then you can depack or disintegrate them into these individual apps. Sometimes you see it's fused, sometimes you see it unpacked. But basically, when we talk of Dynamics 365 as a business application, these are the different apps we are referring to. So coming out of that, let me just talk about what a CRM is in general. It's a customer relations management, and it's a software or app that assists organizations engage with their customers. So these applications help organizations to fundamentally reimagine how they engage customers. Key points to note is engagement of your customers using data and using intelligence to improve your interaction. So you could have CRMs that look at channels that normally you would communicate with a customer through email, through social media, through telephones, through email, what have you. So these are what we call CRMs, and Microsoft has a CRM, and that is Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps, and they are built on the Power Platform. I think the last time when you have DUG in person, someone took us through the Power Platform. And these Microsoft CRM applications can help your organization manage your customer relations. And you can utilize these applications individually or together to create a powerful end-to-end relationship with your customer. So you can take a scenario like from the time you engage a potential customer till the time they actually experience the product or service you are offering, to even giving you feedback. So the CRM handles is a 360, is an end-to-end solution that will take you from the time you talk to this potential customer until the time they have experienced your product or your service, and then even give you feedback. One other app within the Dynamics 365 system or application is D365 Sales. And the sales enables salesperson. So this is more granular to salespeople to build strong relationship with their customers. You take actions based on insights. You close deals faster. You can use Dynamic Sales to keep track of your accounts and contacts, and then you nurture your sales from lead, more of this is something I have to chase, till the time you actually get the purchase order to go and deliver that order and then take your payment. So it creates sales collateral. You can also create marketing lists and campaigns and follow services cases associated with specific account opportunities. So for example, an organization that is selling products and services to their customer can use Dynamics 365 Sales to assist sellers in managing their sales pipeline, engaging with customers, and building relationship. I must say that Dynamics 365 is hugely customizable. So you can customize it based on your business model, based on your business processes. So it doesn't matter what you are into. Once you are selling something, whether a service or product, you will be able to use Dynamics with the CRM and then the sales to manage that business. I want to give some live demo at this stage, but I want to talk generally about how my organization uses Dynamics 365. So I'm going to take you through MSI use cases. On the CRM side, we have a contact center across, I think, 16 country programs, 16 countries to be precise. We have a global solution sitting in the cloud for contact center. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Basically, so we have a contact center solution, and it's a Dynamics 365 CRM, and we call it C3, and we use it for calls, social media, website bookings, referrals, and this solution runs for 14 to 15 country programs, and it's all based on the Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM. So we configure it based on the country context. So there are countries that are that speaks French, for instance, Madagascar, Senegal, that you would be able to configure the CRM in that language. And we also use CRM. We have a solution called Pinpoint, and it's the geolocation of all service delivery points. What we use this for is to map every single service delivery point. So MSI is into reproductive health, and so we have clinics, we have maternities, and we offer, services on wheels. So you have medical doctor or midwife in a van with a driver driving to remote locations, giving services. And what we do is that we use this solution to map geolocation of every single point where service can be delivered. So if somebody goes to our website and wants to find out how close they are to any MSI service delivery point or clinic or maternity, you would be able to be given the closest that is near you. So if you live in the Achimota Forest, for instance, or you live in the Kala Pass, or you live somewhere, you would be able to immediately locate a clinic near you. So that's another solution we use. On the sales side, we have an application called SOT2. It's also based on Dynamics. And SOT stands for Sales Optimization for Reporting and Tracking. And that's where we sell actually reproductive health products, like medicines that we take. So we have sales reps in countries, and they all use this application. And we have a mobile app. Dynamic Sales also comes with mobile. So you have the mobile and you have the web version. So they use the mobile. I'll demo this if time permits us. We also have another instance of Dynamics 365. It's basically called Customer Voice, and this application we use to collect feedback from our clients. So any client that have visited our maternities, that has visited our clinics, or even on an outreach where they found and then you are able to receive any service from our midwives or doctors, we are able to collect feedback from you. We can push a URL to your phone, and then you'll be able to rate the service. How was the service? And then if you route back into the Dynamic 365 CRM, the contact center, they will be able to see your feedback, and then they will be able to act on it. And we also have another instance of Dynamics 365, which is fundraising and engagement. So our business is heavily funded by donors, international donors, and we raise funds to be able to support the business that we are in. So we are an international NGO, and so it are these donors giving grants that are able to sustain the organization. So we have a CRM. Microsoft actually have Dynamics fundraising, which I think in 2 years' time they are going to take down, because then they will not be supporting that application again. But we should be able to carry this application for the next 2 years, and then we decide what to do next. But basically, these are the instances, or these are the use cases for the organization that I work for. And in all these use cases, we have what we call environments, or basically the instances that these applications work. So we have the live environment, which actually has live clients, services, payments, what have you. And then we have a training instance for trainings. If we deployed a new or configured a new feature within the Dynamics 365, and we want to train users on that, then we take you to the training environment. We have test environment, where we do testing of new features before we release. And then we have the development environment, where we actually do development. In other words, there's something new that we want to configure. So for instance, apart from the channels in which we connect to our customers, there is a new channel in which we can connect. Then we will go into dev, and then we create that channel, and then we move it into test, and then we move it into training. We train everybody before we deploy this into the live environment. Yeah. So let me now take you, kindly note your questions, and then we take them.
So Ben, you can move to demonstration now, I guess.
Okay, good. So let me know if you see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so basically this is the CRM version of Dynamics, and I've taken you to our UAT environment. So this is the test environment, and this is how basically it looks like. So normally Microsoft refers the test environment as a sandbox, and so I'm in the sandbox with my account. What you have on the left are what we call entities. And if we go to sales, you would realize that there isn't much difference between the entities you see here and what you see within sales. So you have the home, recent, pinned, you have a dashboard, and then you have reports, and then you have contacts, accounts. So contacts are more of all the contacts, the clients that you meet. Accounts are more of the clinics that these clients go to, and then the services is more of the services that we render. And then you have cases. The case entity is more configured to our business process. So, for instance, if a contact wants to visit a clinic, we can refer that client or that contact, and then we use cases to do that. And then that's the feedback, and then the service history. So we have other entities like knowledge articles, which allows us to build a documentation of the services that we render, the documentations about it. So if we render a service like family planning, and the family planning is called IUD, we can put up a write-up about all the things you need to know about that family planning, and then put them under knowledge articles. We also have an entity for vouchers, so those who are not able to pay, we are able to give them waivers. And then this is more of the area of doing more of social media, where you have canned messages. Canned messages are basically if you have chatted with a bot before, you say hello, you log on to a website, and then you are greeted with a bot, and then the bot says, hello, my name is this, what's your name, and then the responses that you give, you configure those responses. Those responses are called canned responses. So we are able to do this within the CRM. And then we have the settings area, which gives you the back end to be able to do configurations of what you will be seeing in the service area. So let's assume that we go to contacts, and then we want to create a new contact. So there's a new contact that we want to engage. The contact may come in through telephone, may come in through email, may come in through WhatsApp, may come in through Facebook, through different channels. We call them channels. We have integrated our Dynamics CRM with a telephony system called Twilio. Twilio allows us to auto receive a call, and then the record will be displayed here. So if I have enabled this within our UAT and you call our contact center, as I said, your details, your telephone number, everything will display, and then we get to register you. But I'm not going to take you through that. So let's say we have a new, I'll do this quickly before we move into the area of concern. So let's say you want to register Kwame, let's say me person. I try to register somebody. Let's see, male, the region, let's see, Greater Accra, and then the locality, let's say Ablikuma North or something like that, your date of birth, Let me go through this quickly. It just show you how we register. So all these are now. So then we get to pick if this had come in through an integrated channel through telephone, then the telephone number will be auto displayed here. If it's through WhatsApp, the WhatsApp will be displayed here, and so on and so forth. So we can save these contacts, and then we can decide to push this. Saving it. So Kwame Mensah has been saved. If I go to all activities and let's say a phone call is coming in and it is Kwame. So let's say we pick Kwame. Yeah. Let me go back to contacts. Let me pick Kwame again. So this is a Kwame Mensah I created. Okay. So if I go to phone calls and I pick all phone calls, and I'm going to assume that Kwame is going to make a phone call or a phone call is coming in. I will pick call from Kwame Mensah, and then I get to fill the details, and then I'll get to save. I created a phone call for Kwame earlier on just so that we save time. Let's say this is a phone call that has come through. And then I want to refer this phone call. I would convert this phone call to, let's say, a referral. In other words, I'm moving this client who has just called to more of a service delivery point and say, hello, I want to visit one of your clinics and I want to take this service. So you pick where do you want me to refer you to. So let's say I want to go to your Kokomlemle clinic. When do you want to go? I want to go Tuesday, and then you get to save this information. So it says, what service do you want to take? So I want to take maybe a family planning service. And then the current method that you want to take, maybe I want to take a 5-year implant, and then you save. So this is the process that takes you to the service delivery point where you get to convert that customer from a phone call to a referral through a case. So this is the business process that Dynamics allows you to, and then you can link this particular referral to your clinic system, and then when they appear at the clinic, their records will be there waiting. Let me quickly switch to the other app so that we don't waste time, so I can talk more on the others. So if you watch carefully, this is slightly different from what I showed. This is the sales optimization for reporting and tracking, and it has about the same environment as the CRM, but this is the sales version. So here, your sales rep get opportunities, and then they convert those opportunities into orders, and then when these orders has been delivered, they collect payment. So basically, this is about the same as the other system, and we get to see that the entities are virtually about the same, just that you need to configure this at the back end. So let me take you through a simple sales process, and you realize that it's about the same for the CRM. So we use a mobile app in the field to do sales, and we let sales rep move into whichever country they are, they move to the customers and they are able to do sales right to customers in the field using the mobile app. So I'm going to create an opportunity. We call opportunities a potential. You have a potential customer. So I'm going to create an opportunity. I'm going to pick a work plan, as we call it. Let me pick this one. And then pick maybe a sales for today. It's a field sales. I'm going to save it. And then I'll walk you through the sales process. And then we move to the other aspect that I want to talk about. Yeah. So this is the opportunity that has appeared. I'm running this on the web as if I'm on a mobile device. So first, this opportunity is one. As you can see, I never click one, but you saw a one pop up because we have enabled some aspects of Microsoft Copilot that would then be able to, think. The AI is thinking for you that, oh, you want this actual opportunity. So we save this opportunity and then we move to the next stage. So you realize that the process flow here was about the same for the CRM, and that's the power of Dynamics 365. So we are going to save this. We're going to select let me see if I can select this. Yes, I'm going to select the price list that we are going to sell this product to. We are going to add products. So these customizations were all done by the organization, and that's the power of Microsoft Dynamics. It's sort of a box that you will be able to configure, map it to your business processes, be able to do more things that are more in tune with your business. So it's actually, the scope is limitless. I've seen organizations use it, international organizations use this application, and it works for them. So you can select your stockist. You can see that the quantity is selected. Let's say if I'm buying 100, the price would then be there, and then you will be able to make this sale, and then you move on. So this is just a short demo of what the CRM and the sales can offer you. All this is completely configurable, and you should be able to do this so long as you have what it takes to do this. And that leads me to the next aspects that I want to talk about. Kindly keep your questions, and then we'll address them at the end. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, can see your screen. The gaps.
The gaps.
Yes.
So for me, I think this is more important because then I'll really be happy to have some kind of expertise in Ghana. And the reason I'm saying this is that it was really difficult for me to recruit or to find somebody who has what it takes, to do this kind of configuration at the back end. Like I said, I have a team, but each of them have, their areas of specialization. And since we had a lot of Dynamics instances that we use, I was looking for somebody who has Dynamics knowledge, not beginner per se, but intermediate to advanced. And I couldn't find one. I managed to find one, but I would wish that kind of expertise is ready to hop on, but I didn't find one. So I think, and it's simply because little or no knowledge about D365 within our country. I think Business Central, yes, quite a number of organizations are using Business Central, but for Dynamics CRM, for Dynamics Sales, ERP, I haven't seen. Very few organizations in Ghana are using it, but there are a lot of global organizations using Dynamics 365. LinkedIn is one of them. And a lot of them are in the US and UK. Also, we've limited ourselves in GH to looking concentrated. If you ask somebody today, a student, no, I want to do networking, I want to do cybersecurity, I want to be a full stack developer, a web developer, Android mobile app developers. But then, this provides the gap. Everybody is moving up to what is within, within GH. But I think we need to expand our scope and reach and look at the global market, and what COVID has taught us is you can stay in GH and work for global organizations. I'm a typical example of this. I live in the Achimota Forest and I support a big global organization. So it's possible to look at this and then it's very difficult to find a D365 developer or a specialist within our market. So I think the areas of specialization and opportunities that is available, if this is a gap, then it provides an opportunity, and we can bridge that gap and grow by specializing in any of the areas of D365. Microsoft Learn is a good place to start. I've plugged in here 2 points that, for us to be able to bridge this gap, we have to start from the fundamentals. So we have, let me bring up the link. So D365 fundamentals, we can certify in Microsoft D365 CRM fundamentals. And you can take it to the next level by looking at, becoming a developer or a functional consultant or a solutions architect, and that's the second one. But let me take you through the Microsoft Learn, and then we take it from there. So this is the Microsoft Learn. I myself, I am there. You can browse by fundamental certification, and then here, if you tick D365, you can do Microsoft 365 certified fundamentals. If we pick D365, it will narrow it down to Microsoft certified Dynamics 365 fundamentals CRM. And that rate you would see says business owner and it's a beginner. You can also do Microsoft certified Dynamics 365 fundamentals ERP. That's also business owner and it's also a beginner. If we go into this further, it will tell you exactly what you are into, the courses you need to, model by model, and even give you how many hours it will take to complete these. For me, even if you don't want to take the exam and you will go through these courses, you will be the next candidate to appear on the global scene, because this is a gap in our market. And trust me, organizations like my own are looking for less expensive, team members. In the US, it costs a lot of money to support Dynamics, to pay somebody, but they are finding team members in Africa that is less expensive, and they are recruiting them, and you can work remote or in a hybrid mode. So why not take the opportunity and run with it? Let's look at the other bits that you can do. So if you, well, this I've shown already. Let me take you through the specialization. So if we pick Dynamics 365, and for instance, you say you want to be a functional consultant like Jeremy, who is more of a functional consultant for Business Central, what are some of the things you would have to take? It says you would have to explore core capabilities of Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps. As you can see, I think at some point I took this just to get an overview of this. But if you don't want a functional consultant and you want to be a developer, for instance, as a student, then it narrows it down to 8, and it tells you exactly what you should be looking at. at your own pace. And remember, you are not paying for this. You can register, you can create an account, Microsoft account, it's an Outlook.com account, and then you can select and then go at your own pace. If you do this, I can bet you within the next 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, if you are looking and looking deeper, you would get some organization who take your services and pay you forex, or even in your local currency, but something that you can run with. The beautiful thing about this is Microsoft has a platform that takes you through this with sandboxes, with test environments where you can play around with. If you want to go for, let's say, a solutions architect, in narrows it down, use life cycle services to design and plan an implementation of finance and operations. Let's say ECG Ghana wants to change to Dynamics 365 and they want to revolutionize their finance and operations. As a solutions architect, you should be able to design and plan the whole implementation, and see, it's 2 hours 35 minutes to get this through, and then 48 minutes to understand this, and then 8 hours 53 to look at that deploy Dynamics 365 commerce. So everything is there for you to learn. I think that we should take advantage. There is a gap out there. Take advantage. Hop onto Microsoft Learn at your own pace. Get yourself prepared for the next opportunity. I think I would.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you are done, Ben, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for this insightful presentation, and at least letting people also know that the opportunity lies out there for those who want to specialize in Dynamics 365. Sometimes, because we don't expose ourselves to the global world, we, as you said, we limit ourselves to the local, and because we don't have people using Dynamics 365, people don't find it important to go into it. But now we should see ourselves as because of COVID came, people working from home, remote work, you should position yourself as a global person where you can take jobs irrespective of where your location. So it's very important that at least we get to know some of this Dynamics 365 Power Platform and other, let me call it other applications which are leading on the world front. And I really appreciate the effort you have put in. I don't know, but I know that there was a slide where you even showed a job position. I don't know whether you like to touch on that or just show that for our audience to see. I don't know whether
Fred, can you come again? You were talking about.
Yes, I'm saying that I think you have another slide which showed a job opportunity. I mean,
yes,
publication here.
Yes, absolutely. So, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, great. So, Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM customized by products and services. So if we look at this, or the chart on, the chart on the left, the top 3 products and services offering customers that use Dynamics 365 platforms or cloud services, digital transformation. And so organizations that offer cloud services, they are into digital transformation, data analytics, cybersecurity, IT consultancy, managed services, and software development. They use Dynamics 365. So mainly it makes sense that cloud services, normally those who offer cloud services normally adopt Dynamics 365. If you look at the chart on the right, around the world, in 2024, over 5,477 companies have started using Dynamics 365 CRM in CRM platform tools. And these are some of the organizations. My organization is not listed, but we use Dynamics 365. And recently, I think some of you are on this call, I was looking for a Dynamics 365 person. I must say that what I had was not what I wanted. I could have actually taking one of the candidates forward, but I needed something deeper. So there are organizations out there, international organizations out there, and lots of them are in the US. If you look at geographical spread, you can see that quite a lot of them are in the US, followed by UK, Canada, Germany, and then the rest follow. We didn't show those.
But can you show the job requirements for the? I think it was one slide who showed a job requirement specifically.
Yes. So let me just bring that up. Let me just bring that up. So
you will know the requirements there.
Yeah. So this is a MS Dynamics 365 Finance and Business Central Functional Consultant. This suits Jeremy more, but I think that generally people look out for those who have any aspect of Dynamics 365, to be honest, because it operates on the database, the underlining. They use Power FX, or let's say Power Apps. Yeah. So if you are grounded in Microsoft Power Apps or Power Platform, which is Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, and then you have any of the Dynamics business apps, Business Central, CRM, Sales, Field Service, ERP, it's a plus. But let's look at this job requirement. It says you must have a BA, finance related, require 2 years experience in Dynamics 365 project management skills, and then Microsoft certified Dynamics 365 Business Central functional consultant. And then it says the exams code there. If you go in and you have Dynamics fundamentals CRM, I bet you would be picked, because then you would need the fundamentals, as I said, and then you build on it to specialize in one area. Business Central is one area of Dynamics 365. So start from the fundamentals, start from CRM, go to sales, hop onto finance and operation, supply chain, go into the other apps. The apps are, standing as modules, but start with the fundamentals. And this job will be waiting for you. In some of them, it's a work from Africa, but it has a global reach. Or some of them have hybrid, or some of them have remote. And then you arrange with them, how you're going to get this done in that sense.
Thank you very much, Ben. I don't know if there's any questions from our participants today. So you can unmute yourself and ask your question, or you can post your question in the chat, and we'll be glad to answer. Any question in terms of the community? Any question in terms of what Ben has presented? Any question? Or
Jeremy, I'm expecting a question from you.
Really? Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Your company uses the CRM, so for the sales and customer related activities. So what happens to the finance related activities? What solution do they use? That's my first question.
I think you are preparing yourself for the next opportunity. Trust me. My organization currently is using Sun Microsystems. I believe you know Sun Microsystems to manage our finance projects, what have you. It's an old system. It's a legacy system. And my organization is changing that. We have committed, I think I don't have to say this, but because you asked, I'll say it. We've committed £1 million to get a solution to last the next strategic direction up to 2030. We have just recruited the consultant for that project, and the consultant is putting an RFP through to get what system are we going to use. But trust me, if your organization front end is using Dynamics for the business, what system would you choose for the back office for finance? Tell me.
Obviously, between Business Central and Finance and Operations.
There you go.
Based on what?
There you go. There you go. So we will be recruiting heavily for the back office. Either we will train the current back office finance applications team to hop onto Dynamics finance and supply chain. That's what we want to start with. And I'm telling you because I know about this. But the finance team is heavily Sun microsystem experts.
Okay.
We don't have somebody with Dynamics. So here lies the gap. And here lies the opportunity for Jeremy. If you can prove yourself, if the job ads go, and then you put in there, and hey, if it's Business Central, why not? But if it's supply chain, finance and supply chain, or ERP, I mean, you should be ready to grab that opportunity.
No problem. I'll prepare myself for it.
I'm sure Jeremy is well positioned, but we can't also guarantee that the time you'll be ready, Jeremy will still be available because the market is a
that's a good one.
Let you know, that's a good one. Because for her, she's well positioned, and as you said, there are a lot of companies chasing people. So I'm sure, if your company is not so fast to grab her, I'm sure maybe other opportunities will come her way.
Yeah.
Okay, and my second question, I think I was asked this when I was doing the presentation on Business Central. I was asked, what's the difference? What do you think the difference is between the sales in Business Central and Dynamics 365 sales on its own? I just want to hear from you what your opinion is about the two. For all I know, let me just give you a little bit. For all I know, the Business Central sales is just a little bit of what can be done in terms of the bigger Dynamics 365 sales. What I also know is that the Dynamics 365 sales can also be integrated into the Business Central so that information flows from there into the Business Central and feeds into the back office. I don't know whether I've asked the question and answered myself, but that was my question.
You have. So there are limited versions. See, Business Central is for, I think, small to medium.
Yes, it is.
The sales has 3, so you can go sales premium, you can go sales enterprise, and you can go sales pro. So even that is tiered in these 3 areas. The fundamental difference is with sales, you have a wide range of features that you can use. Even sales alone is limited because there is supply chain, which has the aspect of warehousing. Sales, dynamic sales doesn't have warehousing. It basically have your product set up. You can set up BUs, business units, across country programs. You can set up products and products price list. You started something already, for me, I think that we should grab the opportunity because, the world is moving more of, being able to work irrespective of your location. And Dynamics 365, which is more of a cloud application, offers lots and lots of opportunities. So let's get out there. Let's get ourselves equipped for the next opportunity. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
much, all of you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. And don't forget to join the community group on the Meetup platform. And have a good evening. Thank you.